Hey guys, this is Christina from Modern Flower Creation, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your own paper flower using template 11. So template 11 is this one. This is what you're going to end up once you assemble all of your paper petals. We're not going to be making the same color, but we are going to be making a pink flower with a darker pink center, so a brighter pink center. So this is what it's going to look like at the end. So let's get started with the materials that you'll need in order to create this beautiful paper flower. The materials that you will need are the following. So you will need Gorilla glue sticks. These are the full size. You can find this at your local craft store. And then of course you'll need glue gun. So this is the glue gun that I am using, especially for full size glue sticks. I find it to be a very nice glue gun. I love that it has its own stand, so I highly recommend this glue gun. And then the following things that you will need are, you'll need your base. So this is a 6-sided base. It's a hexagon base, and you can find this in my website, in blog under the freebies section. You'll be able to download this. It's a PDF. It's in a PDF format, so you'll be able to download, print it at home, and you can cut the shapes or the size that you would desire. So for today's tutorial, we will need the medium size, which is this one right here. So I'm just going to put this aside because we'll end up using it. But yeah, you can download that for free in my website. The other thing that you will need is the template. So this is template 11. Now you're not going to need all of the petals. The only petals that we will be using are, so once you get the petal and you print out your template, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different petals, and you're just going to go ahead and label them. So the smallest one being 1, the second one being 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So petals 2 through 5 are the ones that I'll be using for the tutorial. So again, these are the ones, template 11, these are the ones that you will be needing. So again, putting them aside. The next thing that you will need is paper. So cardstock paper, 65-pound paper. I am using paper from Michaels. So this is, I believe it's from their pink buttons packet. So it's the lighter pink and brighter pink. I'm using the lighter pink for the outer petals, and then this like brighter pink or darker pink, I'm using this to make the center. So I will be cutting this paper. It's an 8.5 by 11, but I will be cutting this one to 4.5 by 6.5 so I can put it on this mat right here. I'll be using this right here so I can cut the cardstock to fit on the Cricut mat, because this is specifically for the Cricut Joy, and we'll be using the Cricut Joy, which is right here. We'll be using the Cricut Joy to cut the center of the paper flower. So that's the cardstock that you will need. Again, you can find this at your local Michaels, or you can go to any other craft store, nearby craft store, and get some cardstock paper. As long as it's 65 pounds, I suggest not going over 80-pound cardstock, especially if you're new. I suggest that you start off with 65. It's just easier to maneuver. It's not so thick. The higher you go when it comes to cardstock paper, it tends to get thicker, so it's a little bit harder to maneuver, especially when you are curling the petals. It's really hard to do that, and because you end up making creases. So yeah, since we're talking about curling the petals, the next thing you'll need is a wooden dowel. Now, I'm not going to be using a wooden dowel because if you have the glue sticks, the full-size glue sticks, you can use that to curl your petals. Every now and then I'll use a wood dowel, but if you have the glue sticks, you don't need to get the wood dowels. So that's that. The other thing is a pencil, a mechanical pencil, or just a regular pencil like this, or a pen, to trace your petals. And you're going to slightly trace the petals as we trace the template onto the cardstock. So you'll need your pencil. You'll need scissors. I am using Fisker's scissors, and these are really, really great scissors to use, especially when cutting cardstock. I tend to cut cardstock about like anywhere from 3 to 5 pages at a time, or 3 to 5 pieces of paper at a time, just so it saves me time when it comes to cutting the petals. But again, if you're if you're a beginner when it comes to paper flowers, I suggest that you start with maybe like 2 at a time, just so they're not moving around. That is it for all the materials that you will need. So we will get started with making this paper flower. We are going to start with assembling the paper flower, but the first thing we're going to do is I am going to actually cut this right here, so that way we have the size for the mat right here. for the Cricut Joy mat. So now we will need to use Design Space to cut one of these right here, and I found this under the 3D Floral Home Decor, and I'll show you really quick where to find it. So you're going to go to Image, and you're going to go under Cartridges. You're going to search for 3D Floral Home Decor, which is right there. It's free if you're an Access member. You're going to click on the peony, which is right here, and you're just going to click on Insert, and then you're going to get all of this right here. You're going to go to Actions, you're going to ungroup them, and then get rid of all of the ones that you don't need. So the only one that you'll need is the peony center. So because I already have it right there, I'm not going to do that, but there it is right there. And I did the width, so I'll show you right here. I did the width to be 4 inches. So I've added the cardstock onto the Cricut Joy mat. I'm going to click on Make It, and I'm going to click on Mat for any material. I'm going to click on Continue. And then I'm going to click on Medium Cardstock, 80 pound. And then it says to load the fine point blade. It's already in there, and then load the material into machine. So I'm going to load this into the Cricut Joy, and it's going to take it on its own. So there you go. Now it is making sure that the mat is aligned. So I'm going to click on Go, which is right there. And now it's just going to prepare and cut the, it will cut this right here, this center. Again, this is from the peony under 3D Floral Home Decor. So that's what it's going to cut. So as it's doing the cutting, I am going to go ahead and trace the petals on the cardstock. Okay, so you will need the template, but because we are using the 6-sided base, you need 6 of each petal. So because we have 4, you're going to need 6 of the 5, 6 of the 4, and 6 of the 3, as well as 6 of the 2. Okay? So we'll start with that. We're just going to unload the Cricut Joy really quickly here. So I'm going to click on Unload, and then it's going to unload for me. And then here it is. You can see that it's cut completely. Now, you're just going to flip over the mat, and you're going to click on that. Or not click on that, sorry. You're just going to remove the cardstock that you don't need. So, see that? There it is. And then you are just going to do that. Unless you have a Cricut tool, which I do, but it's because it's just a center, I don't really need it. Just be careful with don't rip your mat. So, okay, so that's done. I have 2 of these now. You can just do 1, you don't need 2. It's up to you how many you need. Okay, so we're gonna start with the templates, okay? So let's just go ahead and do the face, or sorry, the base, not the vase. Again, you can find this in my blog, okay? So this is the medium. I'm gonna put this aside. And we're gonna go ahead and start tracing the petals here. So there, I've traced 2 of the petals. I'm gonna need 6 of them. So because I'm gonna be cutting 3 at a time. So here you go. I have this trace, but then I have 2 pieces of cardstock on the back. So 3 at a time, okay? So I'm gonna put that on the side, do another. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue with tracing. So I will see you guys here in a little bit. I'm just going to be continuing to trace all the petals. Again, you'll need 6 of each, so I will see you guys in a moment. Okay, so I am done with tracing all of the petals. So now we are going to be cutting the petals that we have traced. So just cutting, again, I'm cutting 3 at a time because I will need 6 of each, and I keep repeating it just, you know, just in case. I'm gonna hold all of them in place so they don't move. So just like that, there you go. You have your first 3 petals cut. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep cutting the other petals, and we will see you guys in a little bit. So we have all of the petals completely cut. Again, 6 of each, and the center and the base. So we will start with curling them, and we'll be using a glue stick. So if you don't have a, well, you should have a glue stick if you're going to be gluing the petals with a hot glue gun. But if you want to use a wooden dowel, that's fine too. But I'll be showing you how to use your glue stick so you can curl your petals. And yeah, so we'll get started with that. So I am going to be using 3 at a time, and I'm just going to curl the side. So the glue stick, and I just put it right there on one of the sides, and then I'm going to fold it over, and I like to fold it completely, so just like that. And I like to go with my hand like that. Kind of makes a weird noise, but there you go. See that? You don't get any creases at all. And you can do this with a wooden dowel as well. It won't leave any crease. If you do it super hard, it will most likely leave a crease. So try to do it really slowly, especially if you're just starting out. But we'll do the same thing with the other one. So this is how it will turn out. So you can see right here, the petals. I have 3 petals, and they're all curled, so both sides are curled like inwards. So this is the other side right here. But yeah, this is what you'll be doing for all of your petals. So even for the smallest one, all of the petals that we have cut today, all of them will be curled just like that. So we will start curling them, and I'll see you guys in a little bit here. So now we will grab our scissors, and you will make a slit at the bottom. So here at the bottom of this is the end of the petal right here, and you're just gonna make a slit right up towards the top of the petal. So about 3 inches. If you go higher, like if you go all the way down, all the way up here, let's say, your flower, once you're assembling your flowers gonna be very flat. If you want a more like upright flower, paper flower, then you're gonna want to cut in the middle or a little less than the middle. So it really is based on preference what you prefer. But yeah, I will be cutting about 3 inches, so about halfway, not halfway, maybe like right there. And I will cut at the same time, so all 6 petals at the same time. It just makes it easier, so then all the petals are the same height as far as like how much I've cut. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut like here, and you just want to make sure that you grab it really tight so that way they don't move. So I'm gonna be cutting like that. See that? That might be like 3.5 inches, but that's how far I've cut it. Not the middle would be like right here maybe, so a little less than the middle of the petal. And we're going to do the same thing for the other petals as well. So again, in the middle, and like that. Okay, so now that we have the petals all ready and we have cut the slits in each petal, we are going to be gluing. So I'm going to be adding glue on this side right here, and then I'm going to be putting this on top of it, and I'm going to make sure that this corner and the corner from this one, so this corner and this corner right here, that they are diagonally in line from each other, like that. Okay, so you're gonna do the same thing for the other petals. So again, just a little glue right there. And just like that. I'm gonna press the back as well. And see that? That worked perfectly. So we're gonna do the same thing with the other petals as well. So I will see you in a little bit here, okay? Now that we have all of the petals completely glued, we are going to start assembling the actual paper flower. So we're going to start with the largest petal, and we're just going to go work our way down to the smallest petal. So because we have 4 different sizes, we are going to have 4 different layers. So again, we'll get started with the largest petal, which is this one right here. And you're going to want to glue only half of this. So just this part right here, you're going to glue the half of it. So like this, just like that. See that? And the reason why I'm not gluing this, and I'll just tell you that a little bit later, but once I finish the first layer, I'll tell you why we are leaving this right here open. We're not going to glue it down to the base, but we're just gluing down this part right here down to the base. And again, you're going to follow this base. It has 6 sides, so you're going to glue it on each side. So you're just going to go around. Okay, so we have the first one glued. We're just going to go on to the second one here. For the second one, yes, you do want to glue the entire part, the bottom part right here. So the entire area, don't glue just one area, glue the entire area like that. So, and then we're just going to keep going. So glue on to the second side. Okay, so the third petal, you're just going to glue the bottom part. Same with the fourth petal. So again, you're using the base to guide where you're putting the petals on, where you're placing it. So that's why I like using the base, because it just guides my placement of the petals. The other thing, so this is the last petal. And the last petal, you are just going to glue, same thing, the entire thing. And you are going to, because we left this open right here, you can see that part right there, it's open. You're going to put it under. So just like this. Just like that. Under the first petal. So now that it's there, we are going to glue this petal down. So I'm going to add glue. I'm going to lift this up and just add glue right there and then press it down. And you're going to do the exact same thing for all of the other layers. So there we go. We have our first layer done, and you can see here that the petals are, you know, upright. So they're standing a little bit up. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. I hope it does. And that's because we didn't make, when we cut the middle of the, from the base, when we made the slit, it was not all the way down, all the way like towards the end of the top of the petal. Again, the reason being is because if you cut it all the way like up here, your petals are going to look really flat. Your flower is going to look really, really flat. And that's completely fine. It's, again, it's based on preference. If you like having, you know, very a flat flower, then do that. I like my flowers kind of like this, sitting upright. So I don't do it, when I cut the slit, I don't do it all the way. And it also depends on what template you're using. Some templates require that you cut the slit open more towards the top of the petal, but again, all based on preference. So, okay, we are going to start with the second layer. So the second layer of the paper flower. So what you're going to do with the second layer is going to do the same thing. The only difference is that you're going to go in between the previous petals. So you're going to go in between, this is the first layer, starting the second layer, the second layer petal, and you're going to just put it like that. So in between the previous petals, okay? So again, same thing, you're going to glue half like that, and you are going to go in the middle like that, and then you're just going to go around. And again, same thing with the last petal of the second layer, you're going to put it underneath here and glue this part down. So you're going to do that, and I will see you guys in a little bit as I continue to glue all of the second layer, all the petals of the second layer. So I'll be back. So we are done with the second layer. As you can see, now we'll start with the third layer. So again, same thing. We're going to start by gluing the half of that just like that. And again, going in between the layers, between the previous layer. So just like that. So again, I'll continue gluing all of the petals. I will see you back when I am done with the third layer. Okay, so we are done with the third layer. Now we're gonna do the last, the fourth layer. So if you wanted to, you could even be done with these 3 layers and put in your center just like that and have it be done. However, I still want to add the fourth layer. You'll see it just makes the flower a little bit fuller. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and again, same thing. You're gonna repeat the same steps that you did for the previous 3 layers. So we are done with all of the layers. As you can see, we have layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and the 4th layer right here. So now before putting the centers in there, what I like to do is I just kind of like to check that the petals are still somewhat curled, and sometimes they lose their curls. So I just kind of go and again with the glue stick, you just want to kind of curl them again as you please. But I just like to go around and curl just like that. And you can do the same thing for the other layers. So like these other layers you can definitely do as you see fit. If you like the way that it's, you know, it's looking and you don't feel like it needs any other curling, then it's completely fine. But now I am happy with how it turned out, and I love that you can see here the curves of the petals. So now what we're going to do is add the centers right here, and for the centers you can add a little bit more of like a 3D dimension to them, and by doing this it just makes the flower look much prettier. I really like doing this. So you can grab your glue gun and just kind of make them slide like that. Just like that, make them go up. Or what you can also do is if you have a Cricut tool, it's a scraper, and you just grab it and you kind of just pull it. So you can do that. But yeah, if you can use your glue sticks and kind of just lift it up just like this. See that? It doesn't do a whole lot, but it does add a little bit. See, that brings it up a little bit. Now, if you use a Cricut scraper, and this is one of the Cricut scrapers, what you do is you grab it and then you go like that, and it folds it even more. See that? So I like doing this. Again, it gives it more of a 3D look to it. And there you go. See that? And you can even, like, you know, make it go like this. See that? And so you can put this in between, in the middle there. So I'm gonna glue this. So I glue the middle part of the paper flower center, so like that. And I'm gonna glue that onto the middle part of the paper flower, just like that. And now the part that we curled, you're gonna glue again the middle part, and you're gonna glue the middle part to the other center. So with your glue stick, you're just gonna push down. And there you go. See that? And if you have like a few of the, like this one, for example, it's kind of coming up, you just want to curl it back down, and it should be able to, it should be going down. So there you go. And there we have it. We have the paper flower completely finished. Again, this is paper flower, the template 11. So you can find this in my website, and I'll have all the links for you down below. But this is what it looks like once it's completed. And again, we only used 4 different petal sizes. So again, this is the largest and this is the smallest. This paper flower template does include other sizes. So this is not the largest one. There's another one that's much, much larger than this one. So it makes it, you know, a beautiful, beautiful flower. This is great for maybe baby shower, or maybe a nursery room that you want to decorate, or your living room, or if you have an office space, you want to decorate your walls by adding some vibrant flowers, and you can make it yourself. So there it is. It's super, super, super easy to make. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And if you'd like to see other videos, please let me know. But thank you for watching.